Hello, hello. We are going to do an interview today. We're going to interview Tineke Robson, who is about to join me live. So, Tineke, as soon as you press that button, I see you. I'm going to invite you, or you can request to join. So there you go.
Here we are.
Yeah.
Cool.
And so we're decreasing our sound on Zoom so that we don't have any backup sound. All right, how are you doing?
Really good, thank you.
Yeah,
How are you?
yeah. It's a special week here,
Oh, good.
but I'm
Nice.
but I'm hanging in here. Yeah, yeah.
Cool.
So where are you
Uh,
Instagramming us from?
oh, well, I am Instagramming you from Snells Beach,
Mhm.
which is a suburb in Auckland, New Zealand.
Wonderful. All right, and so we're going to be talking about you, the work you did in your reset journey, and how it led you back to you. And in order to do that, can we maybe start with before the work? So, what has been your journey with acting? When did you start, and how did you start? What did you start as, etc.?
Wow. Going back to childhood. Um, yes. Well, I was always goofing around as a kid and dressing up and coming out and do kind of stand-up comedy, I suppose, or just make up stories and improvise things as a child. And one of my mum's friends was looking at me at one of the gatherings. He's like, "What is she in theater or something?" And my mum was like,
Mm-hmm.
"No, she just does these things." And
Mm-hmm.
she was like, "Well, she should do theater."
Mm-hmm.
And so that's kind of how I started as a 8-year-old for in a musical theater company and played my first musical, Annie Get Your Gun, on a big stage as a 9-year-old cowgirl. And I still very much remember the applause at the end of the show. And I don't know if I've made this up, but in my experience, it was a standing ovation
Wonderful.
and a big applause. And I was like, wow. And, taking your bows. And that had such an impact on me
Mm-hmm.
that I still remember today. And I was like, oh, I want to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And so I've been doing kind of shows every year with this company. It's an
Mm-hmm.
amateur kids company. And then I started doing like separate singing and dancing and the whole musical theater kind of stuff. And then did a musical theater degree in Bachelor of Performing Arts and performed loads. And then I kind of went back to, I just wanted to go, that was all theater. I did
Mm-hmm.
all theater.
Mm-hmm.
And then I wanted to focus more on screen work. And so in 2013, I got my first role on Spartacus here in New Zealand. So I'd been growing up in the Netherlands, studying in the Netherlands, coming to New Zealand, did lots of theater, but the theater scene in New Zealand is very small. I did like
Mm-hmm.
5 shows a year, whereas in the Netherlands, I would tour for 8 months with one
Mm-hmm.
show.
Mm-hmm.
And so I kind of figured that, if you want to earn a bit of money, you got to kind of move into film.
Mm-hmm.
And so I did that, and that was an amazing experience. And then, yeah, then kind of my life took me a little bit in a different direction, and I hit rock bottom and lost kind of everything as far as I knew myself, and ended up in London. And that was kind of became my bare nothing foundation, rock bottom, to restart building myself.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that would have been 2014. So yeah, now 10 years later, I'm like, oh, I'm finally starting to feel that I've healed and
Mm-hmm.
done my things. It took 10
Wow.
years to get myself back
Mm-hmm.
together. I think from that big, I was pretty destroyed. So, um, yeah, rebuilding myself, learning not to give up,
Mm-hmm.
learning to believing in myself again, and having the confidence to go out there and show up, show myself. And I've only
Mm-hmm.
just this week started posting my show reels to people, to my friends,
Yeah.
like, hey guys, do you mind watching my show reel on YouTube to get a few
Mm-hmm.
likes or to get a few views? Because I'm applying for a new acting agent at the moment and figuring out who do I want to be with. And
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's been quite the journey and doing lots of side jobs in the meantime, but there's always been this passion of like, I just want to perform. I just
Yeah.
love playing characters. I love telling stories.
Hmm. Hmm. What a
Yeah.
path. What a journey you've had.
Yeah.
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 So, 10 years ago, you hit rock bottom and you start doing some work on yourself. And then 10 years after that, you bump into the reset and you reset yourself. So, what was happening? How was acting feeling before you were resetting?
So we've had the whole stuff happening in society, which gave everybody a bit of a break, and then kind of coming back to it, changing agencies. And my last agent I was with, bless them, they were great people. But for 3 years nearly, I was with them, and I did not work for one job once. And
Mm-hmm.
before that, I did, and it would have been it would have been maybe them, it would have been me. I'm not blaming anything or anybody for that. That it just nothing happened for
Mm-hmm.
3 years. I just did
Mm-hmm.
not land a job, and dealing with that rejection and just like, what is wrong with me? Like, surely I
Mm-hmm.
need to find another
Yeah.
job that I
Yeah.
can be passionate about to carry on, because my this sucks.
Mm-hmm.
This was like the rejection and the like, and people, my friends, like, I don't know how you do it. I was like,
Mm-hmm.
no, I don't know how I'm doing it either. But finding side jobs and like trying to kind of move away from it just wasn't working for me.
Mm-hmm.
I just kept having this, I just love it so much.
Urge.
So
Yeah.
the love for it, and I was like, well, I need to do something with myself, because I had been doing classes
Mm-hmm.
and I had been training and I had been doing stunts. So I'm a
Mm-hmm.
stunt woman as well,
Mm-hmm.
and have been working more in stunts over the
Mm-hmm.
last few years than I have been acting. And that's been great.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I've had amazing opportunities, but it's not acting.
Mm-hmm.
And so I guess I was on a search, and I wanted to find something to, reinvest in myself.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, the last 3 years wasn't working, and the
Mm-hmm.
training I had done wasn't, it wasn't going anywhere. And then I stumbled across the reset journey, and I
Mm-hmm.
was like, I watched the first video of it, and I was like, okay, this resonated. It was like, oh, I need to do
Oh.
this. And I was about to do a 5 week stunt job, and I was like, I
Mm-hmm.
wasn't sure whether to start now or whether to wait till after the job.
Mm.
And talking with you guys, like, just start now. And if you can't keep up with it when you're working, that's okay. You can have a break and continue
Yeah.
afterwards. And I'm so glad I started,
Yeah.
because just from the beginning, taking an hour and a half each a
Mm-hmm.
day to focus on this whole new approach of resetting my instrument and coming across all my resistance and facing
Mm-hmm.
myself. And I got all the answers as to why I
Mm-hmm.
wasn't working,
Mm-hmm.
and it all
Mm-hmm.
lay with me. It's not
Mm-hmm.
my agent, it's not the
Yeah.
auditions, it's not the
Yeah.
casting director,
Yeah.
it's all within me.
Yeah.
And doing that journey, having a little break, was actually good, because doing
Mm-hmm.
my stunt job, I was able to implement lots of the things, and
Mm-hmm.
I was still able to even do just a 5 minute shakeout. Ah,
Yeah.
okay. Da, da, da. And to work on a big production
Uh-huh.
gave me a lot of grounded energy,
Mm-hmm.
to be surrounded in an environment that's quite stressful. It's a very big production, big feature film, and the atmosphere and the stress
Mm-hmm.
levels, and everything needs to happen really fast.
Mm-hmm.
And it gave me such a good foundation of
Mm-hmm.
really just being with myself, even the days that
Mm-hmm.
I had done, and I don't know till what day I was up to, but yeah, it gave me fuel and power. And I wasn't going to be wiped off my feet, and that
You weren't
felt,
gonna be what?
I wasn't going to be swept or wiped off my
Yeah.
feet.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Swept off
Okay.
my
Yeah.
feet, not wiped. And that felt really good, and it felt
Mm-hmm.
really strong. And that's also where I connected, like, okay, this is a stunt job, but hey, I'm reconnecting with my acting instrument. And hey,
Mm-hmm.
I started to remember, as why do I want to do this work?
Mm-hmm.
Why do I want to be an actor? Why is it so? I'm 40 now, and I
Mm-hmm.
still pursue this,
Mm-hmm.
where I still feel like a no, like a baby actor. I've got a few
Mm-hmm.
credits,
Mm-hmm.
I've got a show reel, but I'm still a baby.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
because the fire that I have is not going to make
Mm,
me give up.
yeah.
I'm not giving up.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep going until I'm 80, 90. I don't care.
Wonderful.
I'm just
Yeah.
doing it for fun
Yeah.
now. I'm doing it because I love it.
Yeah.
And I'm very lucky with the little side jobs that I have to earn money in the
Mm-hmm.
meantime to
Mm-hmm.
sustain for that.
Yeah.
But I'm doing this, and I'm so motivated with my new show reel, editing that, my new CV, my new
Mm-hmm.
headshots, which I'm
Mm-hmm.
really happy with.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm excited to apply for a new agent and see which one is going to work for me. I'm going to
Wonderful.
be picky this time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, can you say, I know that there has been a very big thing that's happened, and I can't mention the name or anything, so I won't do that. Um, can you share a little bit about that?
Yes, I can.
So
It
secret.
was an amazing. So yeah,
So,
without giving too
yeah.
much away. Um, I think I th- I think being fully present on the job is really giving me a great treat at the end of the last day of shooting, where um, I got put in costume and all of a sudden I got put into a scene, which is a big surprise because I was just doing utility. And yeah, I wasn't expecting that on the last day at all. And I don't know, but it was just a surprise to to all of a sudden be seen, I guess, be
Hmm.
visible, and that they
Hmm.
wanted me in the scene. And the joy and the gratitude for that was so it was so terribly big and so exciting. And it's like, wow. And I think because I've been so grounded, and because I've stuck with really who I
Hmm.
am, I didn't have
Hmm.
to pretend.
Hmm.
I didn't have to be a tougher because I was
Hmm.
surrounded by a lot of
Hmm.
guys. I didn't try to be as tough as them,
Hmm.
or I just really just stayed with
Hmm.
myself, being
Hmm.
me. And I have a feeling that has treated me so well.
Yeah.
And I think
Yeah.
that was the biggest takeaway of that work, that job.
Yeah. I think I sometimes say, you know, if you're going to be 100% you, then people can see you. If you're not going to be 100% you, people can't see you. You're actually not there, right? You're wearing a mask, you're trying to be good, trying to look good, trying to be right, but you're not actually being present.
Mm, yeah.
So why would you expect people to see you if you're not present? You know what I mean? So yeah, it makes complete sense that you were very present on that set, and therefore you were seen,
Mm,
and you were seen in your wholeness and in your talent, and therefore the talent was, of service to the movie. Yeah, that's wonderful.
yeah.
um how hard was it for you to reset, or how easy was it for you to reset?
Oh my God. It was a journey, but it was worth every minute of it. I mean, there was the first week, I was like, yes, this is great. I'm fully into all these exercises. I'm doing all the things. I'm throwing myself around the room, breathing, doing this, doing that. And then when other exercises started to come in, and of course the $2 exercise is one of them, I just went up this massive concrete wall with myself, and I was like, holy shit, like that's a lot. I did not know
Hmm.
that that was there. And so I probably cried for like 2 days. And I was like, I can't do it. I can't do this. This is too hard. Oh my God, how pathetic. I can never be an actor. And I went just around this spiral of
Hmm.
all these thoughts,
Yeah.
there's my ego. I couldn't do this. What am I thinking? Who do I think I am? Um, I think I had it all. The whole range was
Hmm.
there. And and then I was like, great, let it all out. These are the feelings I need to feel,
Yeah.
because that's, what we're saying is, okay, well, that's me.
Yeah.
So I gave all of that. I gave it space. I gave it a lap to cry on.
Hmm.
And once it's kind of this inner child or ego had kind of done the crying and the complaining about the whole situation. My intuition or my gut feeling or my heart was like, and so now you're going to go for it. You're just going to
Mhm.
fucking do it because you've got nothing to lose.
Mhm.
You've got fuck all else to do. And this
Mhm.
is really, really what you want to do because you're
Yeah.
telling yourself this
Yeah.
every morning why you want to do this.
Yeah.
So stop being a pussy and just go fucking do it. Go out there and do the exercises. And that kind of kick under my butt, which I'm pretty good at kicking myself under my butt, sometimes a little bit too much. I could be gentler on myself, but it served me in that moment to really go for it
Mm.
and to not care what other people are thinking, who
Mhm.
know, or whatever. And then I went through a breakthrough.
Mhm.
Then I had another kind of moment when I was shooting on the film where I felt guilty. I didn't have the time
Mhm.
to do some of the exercise. I
Mhm.
actually had sneakily wanted to. So then on
Mhm.
the weekend when I was free, I went out in nature, I
You
went out
catch
on the
up.
streets, I
Yeah.
went and talked to
Yeah.
people, and I did those things and I was like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
I still dare. I still dare to
Yeah.
do the things and I still
Yeah.
putting myself there. And then seeing the end, like seeing 28,
Mhm.
29, 30, seeing the days creep up, I just got really excited to finish
Yeah.
and to go for it. And I picked out a few days, was like, oh, these are the days I want to come back to
Mhm.
after to redo
Mhm.
or
Mhm.
so it was a roller coaster
Yeah.
and I definitely wanted to give up, and like we all, and I definitely come across so much resistance. Like I just can't. Like, what's the point?
Mhm.
What's the point in life with this thing?
Mhm.
And allowing all that,
Mhm.
allowing those feelings
Mhm.
is
Mhm.
is the thing. And I
Mhm.
feel now in my daily life, I'm allowing my feelings
Yeah.
to come
Great.
and not suppress
Yeah.
anything and
Yeah.
bringing it to a monologue or
Yeah.
whatever I'm doing on the day. I'm doing a lot of stop monologues, which I really love
Mhm.
daily.
Mhm. Wonderful.
And yeah, it's freeing me up. It's so good.
Wonderful.
And now I
Wonderful.
also actually I don't care whether I'm going to land a job or not. I'm having more fun in my
Yeah.
auditions. I'm
Yeah.
excited to find a new agent. I'm more having fun in even just working on a monologue. And that's what I
Yeah.
missed. I missed the fun. I was just too desperate to get a job to pay the
Yeah.
bills. It's
Yeah.
not
And
going to
then it's
work.
yeah. Then it's no longer the art. Then it's the ego, right?
Totally.
That's in the
Total
G,
ego.
and
Yeah.
that's trying to get a result without you being able to actually have the
Yeah.
experience. So that makes complete sense. I'm super anal about one word you said. I appreciate everything you said. You used the word pussy as a weak thing. And I am not okay with that because the word is so poorly used and it is the most powerful word.
Mm.
And so I know it's used that way in the culture, but I just have to catch it and remind us that it's been misused in our culture and we're
Yeah.
reclaiming it as something
Okay.
very powerful, if not the most powerful. It creates humans. So it's definitely not weak.
Okay.
Um,
I take it back.
yeah, I know you didn't mean that. It's just in our culture, so we use it. But I think
Being a
it's time
chicken,
that,
maybe.
yeah, 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 yeah. I think it's time that we reclaim it as, you know, the the
Powerful.
portal of life. So it's very
Okay,
powerful.
I like it. Yeah, I'm agreeing.
Yeah. Um, wonderful. Is there anything that you feel that you haven't shared about your experience? Also, maybe people are watching this live. We never know when people, stumble upon a piece of content and they might be considering resetting themselves and
Mm,
becoming themselves, like you say. It give you back yourself,
yeah.
becoming you. um is there anything that you feel that you want to express to people who are considering resetting themselves?
Yeah, I think if you have an inkling in your being that you
Mm-hmm.
love acting, that you love playing, that you love telling stories, all the things that I do it. And even even if you're someone who doesn't per se love that, but loves to be able to connect with their feelings and show
Mm-hmm.
them
Mm-hmm.
without feeling fear for judgment or whatever
Mm-hmm.
that is, the connection with who you are. I mean, I can't recommend it enough,
Mm-hmm.
really. It's on my daily life. It's
Mm-hmm.
really helped me in my
Mm-hmm.
friendships, relationships,
Mm-hmm.
communication with whoever. It's that I can express myself from a grounded feeling. And even
Yeah.
if I get upset, I have so much more understanding about my feelings, whether that
Mm-hmm.
is in a character or whether that's in real life.
Yeah.
And I feel what has really made playing is I always thought it was like this, like it said in my little writing bit, like a character having to channel a character. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I had a teacher who was saying this, and I was like trying to channel,
Mm-hmm.
and I was trying to do something completely opposite
Mm-hmm.
from what I needed to do. I was like, no,
Mm-hmm.
it's just being me,
Mm-hmm.
really.
Yeah.
And having all of that and bringing all of the daily life stuff
Mm-hmm.
to a monologue, to a character, and it's become so much
Yeah.
easier that way. It doesn't have to be hard.
There's no
And
efforting anymore. Yeah.
yeah, and so yeah, I recommend it to anyone who has a little, even just a little bit of love
Mm-hmm.
or a big love for this work,
Mm-hmm.
to do this,
Mm-hmm.
because it brings it, it reminded me of being a
Yeah.
child, getting dressed up, putting a costume on, coming out into the lounge and playing a
Mm-hmm.
character, or
Mm-hmm.
copying a comedian I'd seen on the TV who was also called Tineke Schouten. I loved her. She was a character, and she played, or she was, yeah, she made these, she's hilarious, and I grew up with her
Mm-hmm.
and I was copying her and then
Mm-hmm.
go and change, and that I was missing in
The
myself as an adult
playfulness. Yeah.
version. The
The play.
playfulness,
Yeah.
the improvising, and the just allowing to be silly and allowing
Yeah.
whatever it is that
Uh-huh.
comes up to the
Yeah.
surface. And now I'm like, ha, I can feel I'm an adult now, and
Still
I
play.
can let that happen again
Mm-hmm.
without
Mm-hmm.
the fear of the
Yeah.
judgment, and trying to fit in and being proper, being what did you say, allow being
Yeah.
inappropriate. That's one of your
Allowing yourself
quotes
to
in
be.
your,
Yeah. Oh, one of my
and
quotes.
and I have, yeah, and I have been allowing myself to be
Yeah.
inappropriate more, and I'm like, yeah, fun.
Yeah.
It's fun for
Yeah.
me. And I've had, like, the conversation I had with the guy who was interrupting me about whatever it was, and I didn't want to talk to him, and I said to him, I'm having sex right now, so I don't have time
Oh,
to talk. It was some sort of
I
sales
remember that.
thing.
I remember
Remember?
that.
And I was
Yeah.
like, he was laughing. It's like,
Mm.
well, that's a really good,
Yeah.
you know, good reason to not wanting to talk to me, or whatever it was.
Yeah.
And I hung up, and I was like, oh my God, I said that,
Yeah.
but it felt so good, and I
Yeah.
made him laugh. So
Yeah. Yeah.
it's,
So well
yeah,
worth it.
bringing out the
Wonderful.
cheeky in me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for sharing yourself, Tineke. I appreciate that.
pleasure.
Always a
Thank
pleasure
you.
seeing you. Yeah. Yeah. Of course. Um, So I guess how do I close this? Well, if you're watching this and it makes sense, right? And you're wanting to feel that you being you again, like Tineke is sharing, you can send us a text or comment and type free 100 and we can start sending you some free links to start doing this work. Yeah. Thank you, Tineke. Oh,
Oh,
look at that. Woo! I love it. All right.
that's funny.
Well, I'll close here on Instagram and I'll find you back on Zoom.
Okay, cool.
All right.
Bye.
Bye. Bye, guys.